Welcome back to the podcast, everybody. I'm your host, Michael Folgera. I'm joined by my co-host,
George Folgera.
and we're the Biscayne Boys. Pretty exciting week all around, I guess you could say. Heat played really good. You know, I have no complaints there. The Lakers seems like their playoff push is over. You good there?
I'm sorry.
What was that? I asked you if you were ready like 5 times.
I know. And I thought I was, but then I don't know. You came in like you were just
I'm sorry, dude.
like your seat is way higher.
We're gonna get the little splitter so you could get your own set of headphones, so you could see, like, so you know where you're at.
Because getting corrected is getting old.
Oh my God, I'm sorry, guys. No, I'm good. I'm not choking or
Let it
anything. I just need like water. But what were we saying? The Lakers playoff hopes, I guess, are kind of over or ruined. LeBron passed Michael Jordan all time on points. Trae Young is making that Rookie of the Year race pretty close again, I guess you could say. But yeah, I guess we'll hop right into it. We'll start where we always start, with our Heat Week. I feel like the microphone's in my face. First game of the week came against the Atlanta Hawks, and we won that one. The Miami Heat won that one, 114 to 113. I don't remember this game. I'm gonna be honest with you.
What's it called? Wait, didn't one of our players have a really good game? I remember someone played really good.
Wade played good. Winslow played good. Richardson played good.
I don't remember too well.
We shot 55% as a team. They shot 42%, and it was only a 1-point game. That's a little, not concerning, but it's a little weird. We had 18 turnovers. We shot better from the 3, 39% as a team. That's really solid. They out-rebounded us, and they completely destroyed us on the offensive boards, 16-7, which is like kind of like, that's uncommon. That's not like us to get beat on the glass.
Yeah, usually not. Especially not against them.
Yeah, no, they don't really have anyone.
I don't know what it is this year, but
and John Collins didn't play, and they still out-rebounded us.
No, but I don't know what it is, but this year, man, the Hawks are really giving it to us.
Yeah,
it's like we can't figure them out. It's ridiculous.
We were able to play a game of keep away with them at the end.
Yeah,
that was pretty funny.
Yeah, that was actually a pretty good way to end it.
Yeah, I mean, we I'm sorry, guys. I don't know what's up with my throat today.
Okay, bro.
Yeah, I'm good, man. I feel like I need some water or something, but I'm not stopping
now. It feels
contagious. We held Trae Young to 14 points and 8 assists, 4 for 11 shooting. He didn't make a single three, which
he was so frustrated at the end of that game, though.
Which isn't a terrible game if, like, you're looking at Trae Young like 3 weeks into the season, but like the way he's been playing after All-Star break,
he hasn't had a game like that.
Yeah, so that was nice that we were able to do that. Obviously, the Hawks didn't have John Collins, so, you know, we should have probably won this game a little bit more comfortably. But, dude, it's what you said. The Hawks have, like, really been giving it to us.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I just feel like it's not that they're on when they – I'm not going to make that excuse. It's not like, oh, they're just really on when they play us. It's just that we have a hard time, like, matching their tempo. But then at the same time, it's like their offense just kind of just goes right through our defense. Like, we don't really know how to guard them, I guess, or whatnot. But
yeah, the quick tempo has really been a problem for us.
Yeah, and it's
and Dragic somewhat helps that, like, being able to match the tempo a little bit, but
offensively,
but defensively, dude, it's like we don't get back on defense.
Yeah,
we struggle to get back.
Yeah, and it's like we don't prioritize well whether we're trying to, like, force Trae Young to shoot or force him to pass, and it's like sometimes we leave him wide open on plays, and then he gets in a rhythm. And, like, even going to the lane, we'll, like, leave him, and he'll get his little floater game going, and then he gets confident. Or sometimes we deny him, like, completely to the point where, like, we're almost, like, soft doubling him, and then he's just finding wide open people. He's a great passer, so it leaves us in, like, no man's land.
It's much easier said than done.
Yeah.
But, like, with guys like that, you got to, like, have a game plan for it.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, we're going to let Trae Young drop 40 on us.
Yeah.
Where we are not going to let him pass the ball. Or we are going to let Trae Young pass the ball to everyone, but we are not going to let him score.
Yeah.
And I feel like when you're wishy-washy like that, that's exactly what they want, because then they get options, you know? And like
throughout the whole game.
There's some possessions where we'll like double him on the when they set the pick and roll, or there'll be possessions where like we completely like try to avoid him passing, like, and like, you know, like make sure to rotate really well, but like leave him open in a sense. And it's like, you know, like you got to kind of commit, but I'm not complaining. He's actually like tore us up pretty well in the past. He had like a game where he had like 20 something and 14 assists on us, but we did really well this game, so I can't complain. We shot really well as a team. One thing I didn't like though is, I think, where's it at? Oh no, never mind. It didn't start this game, or actually it might have. Oh yeah, they had 17 threes, which, I mean, their percentage wasn't great, but we haven't been doing the best of job guarding the perimeter, and you'll see the trend as we go through these games. But solid game. I was happy we were able to close that one out. If the Hawks would have swept us, I would have been so upset. But we were able to take one from them, thank God.
Yeah. And now after what's it called? Like, it was just like a good game to win, to build up going into the Hornets game, to build up momentum, because like the game against the Hornets, for us at least, was a big one. You know, it was like a good way to create some sort of space. So, I mean,
it was like get over the hump.
Yeah,
I think before playing the Hornets, we were down a game or like up half a game or something like that.
Yeah.
So,
playing against the Hornets, we were actually going into that game. I think we were tied.
Oh,
we were tied. So. We had the same record, and then basically we won. We played against them. We beat them 91-84. But it was a big win because we were both tied. Like games back wise, but they were in 8th place because I think they had the tiebreaker. They had won like a bunch of games in there.
Yeah, I think they
in their conference and stuff like.
Yeah,
I mean,
in
their
the division.
Sorry,
in the division, the Hornets I think have like the best record in the division, which is like kind of upsetting because, dude, our division is us, Washington, Charlotte, Atlanta.
Yeah, that sucks.
That's a terrible division. We should be at the top of the division every single season.
Yeah, that is terrible. Terrible.
Terrible. It's terrifying.
It's terrifying. Yeah. Dude, that is sad.
Oh, Kelly Olynyk played 45 minutes. Oh my god. Hey, rightfully so, because he had 22 points and 11 rebounds.
Yeah, 2 steals, 1 block, 1 assist.
This poor man only got 3 minutes of rest the whole game.
No, that's like in the earlier parts of the season, he was like not playing at all. So imagine now they're like really working him.
Yeah, it's because like I really do think it's because we didn't want him to get that incentive, because like I think he plays like, I don't know if it's like 1,500 minutes or something like that. He gets like $1 million incentive, which adds more to our.
It's the type of shit that makes you wonder, like, does he know that that's in his fucking contract?
He probably does, but like
it's just fucked up that they're like, no, we're not gonna play you.
What do you?
We're not gonna pay you that money.
But like, what do you say? Like,
fucking play me, assholes.
I want to get paid.
Yeah, dude, or something, right?
I guess. This is another game. Nope, it's not. Charlotte only hit 14 threes, which isn't terrible. We shot better than them from the field. Very low like free throw shooting game and terrible percentages from both teams. We shot 54% from the free throw line. They shot 66%.
We all rebounded them 51-40, and our points in the paint were 48-24.
That's huge,
which is really big deal.
But that's what I expect from
against them. They don't have like a really dominant center.
Yeah, no, and that's what I expect more or less from our team. You know, because I feel like we do have that inside presence, and we should be able to go at teams. Turnovers wasn't the greatest. I mean, we had less turnovers than them, but we had 18. They had 19. 18 turnovers is not acceptable. Honestly, for me, I want to be around that like 14 range. If you're getting like 14 turnovers, like you're giving the ball up that many times a night, it's not a terrible amount. You know, that's like a pretty decent amount. Once you're getting into like close to the 20s, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
So but really, I can't complain there. Like, we did really well of like getting second chances, which kind of like negates the turnovers in a way. We had 17 offensive rebounds. That's like 17 more chances at a basket.
Yeah.
You know, so it's almost like it kind of like equals out the turnovers in a way. A good game though all around, really low scoring. I like seeing that. You know, it required us to play some defense. We held Charlotte to 36% shooting, which is great.
Yeah.
They shot better from the 3-point line, actually. They shot 39% from the 3-point line.
Just a was a big game, and we played good.
Yeah.
Like, it just showed, like, what we said last week, playing the way we did against or that whole week.
Nets.
And the way we played against the Rockets, at least in the first half, and the Warriors as well. It just showed, like, if we carried over that momentum, like that tenacity, I feel like we're gonna be all right for the rest of the season.
Mhm.
And it's showing now that that's what it is, you know.
And for me, like, it's almost like, I don't know, it just makes me feel a little bit more comfortable when we play teams like Brooklyn or Charlotte or even Detroit, and we're able to win games. This game wasn't so comfortable, but the Brooklyn game was. I like that because in a way it almost like establishes our dominance in that lower tier like playoff team category, where it's like, no, we're better than you guys. Like, don't get it twisted. You know?
Exactly.
So I like that. I mean, like, it's just really, if we could play good against the teams that are like below 500, we would be like a 6th seed. You know, maybe fighting for a 5th seed. Like, it's kind of sad the way this season's played out.
It's just like, obviously you want to be as consistent as possible, but it's true. It's like, if we could beat the guys that are like somewhat like at our level or below it, then when you match up against like teams that are really well and like you lose it, like those games, let's say to possessions or whatever the case may be, you don't really get like so upset because you're like, at least we know we can hang with the really good teams. For example, like a lot of the Western teams. But it makes you feel better because, you know, like, you don't have to stress that when you play the Hawks again, you're like, damn, dude, we got like mudded by them twice, you know, by 20. So it's like, like that shouldn't happen, you know, to a certain extent at least.
I've been talking to the mic like this. You guys can't see my face at all. Gotta get the right posture because I've been like this the whole time. Oh my god.
So that was a huge win because what happens is that put them a game behind us because we were tied, same record, and then we won. We went up.
Yeah. Next game of the week came against the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Again, nervous because like now we finally made it into the playoffs. We're a seed, right? And this is when it starts. These games, like, you didn't really care about it before because you're like, you know, if we lose, so what? Better our chances at a lottery pick. But if we win, we get closer to the playoffs, right? So these games start getting nervous now because now that we're actually in the playoffs, you're like, let's not lose it. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's stay here. So, but we played really good against them. I think the Cavs always do a good job of coming out strong, but then you kind of just like, I guess, outlast them, and then towards the end they just like start caving.
Yeah. And like, this is like, it's funny because I talked about how we played terrible against teams below 500, but this is like the one team this season that I felt really comfortable against. Like, we played the Cavs, and I'm like, oh, okay, it's Cleveland. Like, we're gonna win this game, you know.
Yeah.
We won this one 126 to 110. It should have been a 20-point game, but we kind of like not ate shit, but like we like not let them get back into it. It was really late into the game, but you know, they just got a few baskets in like garbage time or whatever. Colin Sexton played really good, which Colin Sexton is one that I really like to watch.
Yeah,
he's like exciting on the court.
He's a really good player, and I think a lot of people aren't talking about him because he's on the Cavs. But he's really good. We talk about it all the time. He's like, I think he's really fast. Like, his feet are ridiculously quick, and he's not terrible. He seems a little small. I mean, like, his hair is so tall that like it makes him look way bigger than what he is. But he has pretty quick feet, and defensively, he has like this kind of like attitude that's really good. That's like almost like a Russell, in a sense. Like, when he wants to show that like he could hang with you, he will. But offensively, he's not bad. This has been a good season for him to develop the game offensively, his game offensively, and get used to the speed of the NBA. But then he's also pretty good at finding his teammates. And these games are always fun to watch because of him and like Cedi Osman and stuff like that. Like, I like watching them play.
27 points, 6 assists. I mean, 7 turnovers, but he shot the ball really well.
Yeah, and he has the ball in his hands the whole game.
He has a bright future. Definitely. Brandon Knight, by the way.
Yeah.
15 points, 6 assists. Brandon Knight. Why don't you give us a call in the off season?
Brandon Knight playing good with them.
I like Brandon Knight.
I've
always liked Brandon Knight. He got dunked on by DeAndre Jordan, and everyone thought, oh, he's fucking trash. And then he got broke by Kyrie in the Rising Stars game. That didn't make the situation any better.
And then he missed that layup, remember?
Yeah.
That layup against
Get to
Brooklyn.
like win the game. Yeah.
Buzzer beater.
When he was in
fast
Milwaukee.
break by himself.
Yeah.
That was bad.
He gets a bad rap. He's a good player, though, man. Brandon Knight. Hit us up if you want to be on the podcast, so you can plead your case. 'Cause we're with you 100%.
Please, man.
Please, anyone, hit us up.
Please. We're fighting for our life over here, man.
Y'all killing me with this shit. I mean, Winslow played great. 1 rebound and 1 assist away from his first career triple.
Dude, Winslow, Adebayo, and
it.
Richardson all had good games.
Have we talked about how we absolutely love these young guys starting, and then Whiteside and Dragic coming off the bench?
Basically, Spoelstra did exactly what we said. What needed to happen. We said start putting the people on the bench to start, and start putting the starters on the bench, and that's exactly what's working out. All jokes aside, I feel like that's the rotation he's using. He has Winslow, Richardson, and Adebayo playing together at the start of games, and then he has Whiteside and Dragic coming off the bench.
Yeah,
which is a big. It's actually been way more effective than I thought it would be. I thought it was a temporary thing, but then you know how Spo is that like once something starts working, he kind of lets it go for as long as it until it fails. And right now that is the way we're playing.
Yeah, no, I think that's the game plan because Whiteside's like one of the few guys on our team that as soon as that guy comes back from injury, he is in the starting lineup again. Like
no one else gets that treatment.
Like that.
It might be because of how much we're paying him. No one else gets that luxury. Like as soon as he's out of injury, he starts.
And I would even say maybe even Dragic. I mean, Dragic hasn't really sat out this long with like the Heat. Yeah. So that could be something that played a role in like whether or not Spoelstra decided like where he was gonna start, like if he was gonna start or if he was gonna come off the bench. But I absolutely love it. Because I think these guys outmatch a lot of the benches that we faced. Like, even, like, in the Toronto game, we got destroyed, but I felt like our bench was what kept us in the game.
Yeah. And the other thing, too, is, like, we like Whiteside's attitude. We thought it would be more of an issue, but it's been going on for a while that he's been coming off the bench, and there seems to be no issues. Like, I don't know if it is maybe that he's not 100% or whatever, or maybe his how would you say it? His what's it called? Like he's not I guess in shape. His fitness levels aren't there yet or something. I don't know what it is, but I think Spo really just doesn't want him to start. I think he likes the young guy starting, and Whiteside's attitude seems to be unaffected by it, and I like it. I like where he's at, and I like Dragic, and those guys come out together. Like Whiteside and Dragic will be subbed in together, and there's like a sense of urgency from both of them to like, you know, get theirs, and not in a selfish way, just to like have an effect on the game. They want to like have it happen quickly, and it shows. And Whiteside, like today, in today's game against the Raptors, Whiteside had way less minutes than Bam in the first half, and he had almost the same stat line, which shows you. And I mean, I don't know, I like the way it looks.
No, I like it. I hope if we do make the playoffs,
I hope it stays
the game plan going forward. I think it's gonna confuse a lot of people, and I think it's gonna show like we have a lot of depth.
Yeah,
that's something that I've preached with this team. I know we're not a good team, but when people talk about benches in the NBA, I feel like people should talk about us.
Yeah,
I feel like we do have a really good bench, and now that these bench players are in the starting lineup, which I really like, because these young guys are gonna be the guys. Like, this is our future, so you know they need the time to develop, and now Whiteside and Dragic get to come off the bench, and it makes them look so much better because they're not playing against starting squads.
Yeah.
So they're able to get theirs, and it's much easier. It takes like less of a toll on them.
Yeah.
So I really like it. We shot amazing in the Cleveland game, 57% from the field, 48% from three. Completely out-rebounded them, 45-28. Points in the paint, we outscored them 52-34. So it was a really solid game, only 12 turnovers. But Cleveland, another team that shot a lot of threes against us, they ended up hitting 19, which is a lot. So, like, I don't know if that's just teams are, like, really feeling it against us, or that's the game plan to leave them open, or and not get anything inside, or it's kind of we're just being lazy. We're not, like, going out to the perimeter. We're not doing that good of a job.
But it was I don't know. It was a good game, though. Yeah,
good game. This is the type of win that you want to see. I feel like I've said that with every Cleveland game. I gotta get my face away from the mic.
I think you should lower it, and just talk down into it.
Jesus God. Oh my God. All right.
Lower it a little bit.
Yeah, it's lowered.
It's lowered. Don't talk back.
Oh yeah, this is better.
No, and it looks better.
Yeah.
Like, it looks a lot better.
Sorry, guys.
It looks a lot better.
We got it figured out. Final game of the week. We could have been perfect.
Raptors.
But, the Toronto Raptors had different plans.
They freaking... First of all, they didn't have Kawhi. Let's just put it at that. And then...
They're a better basketball team without Kawhi Leonard.
I guess we got cocky. We were just like, oh, yeah. Like, definitely. we're gonna not that we had it in the bag, but we're like this really is gonna give us a good boost going into next week. But
fuck the Raptors.
They beat us 125-104.
They shot like 90% from the three.
Yeah, they shot like 90% from the three, and they took a shit ton. But they beat us, and basically they were playing defense against us with like anywhere between 3 to 4 guys at a time. And then it was just basically Siakam and Anunoby were just down court the whole time, cherry picking.
Yeah.
So that's the type of offense they were running. I've never seen it before in the
cherry
NBA.
pick offense.
I've never seen it, executed so well, and it really helped them.
Yeah, they had like set
Siakam
plays.
was down court the whole game.
No, he was. They have like set plays in transition. There was a play where literally Siakam slowed down. It wasn't a half court set.
Someone gets to the spot. This guy's bringing the ball down. Who was it?
It was Siakam.
Siakam was bringing the ball.
Danny Green set the screen.
Runs to get to a point on the like basically on the left side of the court by him, and they set a pick. It's like a handoff.
It just to switch the opponent.
Yeah.
Because Danny Green's obviously being guarded by. I know in transition is different, but he was being guarded by someone smaller. The someone smaller than Siakam. Siakam was getting guarded by like Bam or something. Set the screen, got Dion switched onto him. I think that's who it was part of the play, and then it was the barbecue chicken from there for Siakam.
Yeah. And Danny Green was on today.
On. It was ridiculous. Bam.
Go to that. Let me see.
Bam had a great game.
Danny Green was 5 for 8 from the 3.
Bam played really good though. 19 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists. Kyle Lowry 6 for 11 from 3. As a team,
Bam's been playing really good, dude.
21
only shot 3s.
21 for 40 from the 3. That's what the Toronto Raptors shot. That's above 50%.
Over 50%.
Which is ridiculous. Winslow, man, like he was playing all right. Like look at the plus minuses. Our starter lineup played terrible. Like terrible.
Yeah.
Like not terrible, but it's just their starting lineup so much better than ours. Winslow minus 17, Adebayo minus 12, Richardson minus 27, Waiters minus 19, Olynyk minus 20. Then you go to our bench, Derrick Jones Jr. minus 2, Wade minus 3, Dragic plus 1, Magruder minus 5, Whiteside minus 2. Ryan Anderson played.
The fuck? I didn't see that.
Yeah, I know. We watched the games, guys. Don't attack you.
He had 1 foul.
We were eating, I think. He had 1 foul, but he was plus 1. So just to show you the discrepancy, the difference, you know. I mean, we didn't play bad, though. 45% from the field as a team. That's great. The Raptors shot 57% from the field as a team. They shot 52.5% from the 3.
It was just all freaking...
They out-rebounded us. They had 10 more fast break points.
Dude, you know
they had way more turnovers.
It's always 19,600. They never change that.
Yeah, because we sell out every game.
Are you serious?
Yeah, the Miami Heat have sold out every game in for I don't know how many years.
How does that happen?
I don't know, bro. It's a fucking lie, is what it is.
Whatever.
It's a lie.
I don't see people like you could look at I look at the seats.
You can see empty seats.
I looked at one seat today the whole game, and I didn't see anyone sit down once.
That's why we didn't see Ryan Anderson, because we were studying.
Because I was looking at the
fan
attendance. I didn't even get to the bottom of this.
We turned the ball over less. We had way more points in the paint.
Every time we got within single digits and we thought we were gonna get right there, they would just like hit 2 threes.
Yeah.
And then have 3 cherry pick layups. Done. You know.
It'd be like give the ball to Danny Green or Kyle Lowry, or then just give it to Siakam. Or
Kyle Lowry was having some
Anunoby.
attitude today. He looked like he was like pissed that he had to play today.
That's why he got teed up. Yeah, no one wants to play when they're in Miami. Let's be real.
Yeah. No one wants to play against Miami.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know. 13 turnovers. It's a sweet spot, baby. 14 or less. That's where I want to be at.
Yeah.
The Raptors had 19, so we forced 19 turnovers. So great job.
This is pretty cool. Again, back to our roots. We had, what's it called? Less rebounds than them. They have 44 to our 36. They don't have like a traditional center, but they have excellent rebounding players. Like Siakam is great. Anunoby's great. When Kawhi plays, he's really good. And then they have Marc Gasol as well. But we had 60 points in the paint to their 34. So, I mean, that's a good thing.
Yeah, and we had more offensive rebounds despite having less total rebounds. Only 3 more, but still. It's just kind of... It's already like our... Not our character, but like that's who we are.
Our identity.
Yeah, identity. There we go. Thanks, George. I appreciate that. The Raptors, I think... should just not have Kawhi Leonard. Just like it's not fair. Yeah. Do you see what they did to us without him? Honestly, they play worse with him. The game was way closer when he played, and there was like a free throw discrepancy of like 30, and it was like only a 2-point game.
The only thing is, I think that they just play quicker without him, and it's more smooth. Like the offense runs more smooth. I think with him, it sits a lot because he does like doing a lot of ISO plays and stuff. But it's fine because he's good enough.
We should count the amount of times Kyle Lowry made like full court passes.
Yeah,
he made like 15 today.
Dude, fucking Siakam's like 7 foot, like. He's like an 8-foot wingspan.
Yeah, it's like throwing the ball to Randy Moss 1-on-1 coverage, like man-to-man coverage. Yeah, he's gonna catch it, you know, like. But that's it for the week. 3-1. It's not terrible. Bad. I know our opponents weren't the best, other than Toronto. We got a little tough stretch coming up. You know, you would think, oh, we have a homestand, we're gonna be good. No, not with Miami, because we suck at home. I don't get it. We played Detroit, then I think we ended up playing like Milwaukee again or something. Jesus. I don't know. So we played Detroit on Wednesday. We need to win that one. That'll be a huge win. We'll see how it goes though. I'm not upset with the way the team played this week. You know, let's limit those 3-pointers. But I mean Toronto, that's like, dude, that's what you gotta kind of expect. You gotta go in there, play as hard as possible, and you know if they're on like they were today. It's going to be a long game. Yeah. You know, but if you
makes me excited for the playoffs to see how they'll look.
Yeah. You know, for real. I'm like praying to God for a Milwaukee Toronto Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah, I think, call me crazy, but if I think those two teams make it to the finals, the Eastern Conference Finals, and that's the matchup, I think whoever wins that will probably win the World Series. Yeah, they will.
The Super Bowl.
I'm pretty sure that whoever wins that, I'm not pretty sure, but I like to think. Let me just put it that way. I would like to think that whoever wins between them has a good chance of winning the actual finals
against the Golden State Warriors.
I really, and that's I do think so.
Of the West.
No, and I do think so. I'm serious. I really do think so. I think.
Hot take,
dude.
That's a hot take.
I'm telling you.
I like it. I mean, I don't see why not.
I think both Milwaukee, of the teams are good enough.
Me personally,
you either get better too, or you get worse in the playoffs.
It's weird because Milwaukee, I feel, has been playing better.
Yeah,
but there's a part of me that thinks Toronto matches up better against Golden State.
Yeah,
it's just I want to see, like I
know what you mean.
I know a big part of like Toronto's failure in the playoffs these past few years, like as fucked up as it may sound, it's kind of been DeMar DeRozan.
Yeah, no, and
so maybe now with Kawhi, it might be a change, like a huge change, the change that they needed.
And I'm gonna go ahead and agree with you on that. I think Toronto probably matches up against the Warriors better, player to player, like, you know, and just like on defense and offense. But I think that the thing that the Bucks have going for them is how much will Giannis impose his will on the Warriors. If he really gives it everything he has, I think the Warriors are going to have a hard time, and they're going to have to send 2 or 3 guys on him continuously to shut the team down. And if the Bucks are on from the 3 and Bledsoe steps up to the plate, then the Warriors are going to have a really hard time against them. Mm-hmm. But I think, like, when you really do look at, like, just Kyle Lowry, right? And then you look at Kawhi Leonard and Siakam, those 3 guys alone playing the way they have been playing, it's dangerous. Like, it's going to be a hard time because they showed it. I know, say what you want, but we saw what Kawhi could do against the Warriors. And, again, if I don't think that they've rested him so much this season either. I mean, whether
he's not going to play consistently for the rest of the season.
Whether the rumors are true about him not being 100% and all that stuff, if he goes into the playoffs 100% with all the rest he's gotten, which I think that's what they've been strategizing. Like, as soon as they jumped out to a lead in the East, the coach right away was like, started sitting him, and early too. Yeah, they went out to like. They jumped out just like 10, 15 games into the season, and he was already resting and stuff. And, excuse me. But I think that if Kawhi goes into the playoffs 100%, watch out.
It's going to be really exciting. Again, I have my fingers crossed. You know, like, I hope both of these teams play the same. They've been same way they've been playing. Yeah, I hope it's not like
they take a shit or injuries. I pray to God.
Really upsetting.
That there's no injuries,
because if I see a fucking team like Philadelphia in the conference finals,
don't talk like that. Don't talk like that.
I'm just saying. It's a possibility.
Dude, please.
Right now, I think Philadelphia and Boston have to play each other in the second round.
That'd be entertaining again, a rematch.
But can you imagine a Philly-Boston conference finals?
No, I can't.
That's not something I want to watch.
No, I can't.
I'm sorry. That's not something I want to watch. So, fingers crossed. What else is there to talk about this week?
So LeBron James passes Michael Jordan.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And what
all-time
number
points.
3, number 4?
Number 4.
I think.
Because it's number 3's Kobe, number 2's Karl Malone, number
Then
1's Abdul-Jabbar.
Abdul-Jabbar. Big deal. He got really emotional. It was nice to see like that guy. What's it called? Get so like almost teary-eyed for it, which is like a big deal. It shows you how much he like really kind of like puts his like heart on his sleeve, and he shows like how much the game means to him, which you don't really see that. Like if nowadays you just feel like players take the game for granted at times. And he definitely has a respect for the game that's like just it's unique. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that there are not other players that respect it as much as him, but that right there showed it, and it's a big milestone for him. Like, you got to think, growing up, watching that guy as your mentor, getting into the league, you never think you'd kind of catch him in any, like, sort of, like, stat race or whatever. And
no, and I mean, like, obviously you go in with the mindset of wanting to be the best, but, like, you realistically, bro, you don't even, like, you can't even fathom being that good.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You can't.
No, and
you can't imagine yourself being that good. It's like impossible.
Yeah, you don't go into the league thinking like, oh, I'm gonna surpass like Michael Jordan, like, and that's it. Well, you have that mindset, but when it happens, it's like, wow, like, did I really just pass this guy on the all-time scoring list?
No, and like it's really cool. And Kareem talked about it, and he said, you know, like he went through like the same like kind of like feeling of emotion when he passed Wilt all time in the 80s. So like, you know, like it's really cool to think like you grow up like idolizing this person. Like, this is someone you look up to. This is someone you want to be like, and for you to be able to like and I'm not making the argument that LeBron's better than Jordan, but for you to be able to surpass one of his achievements, that's amazing.
Big deal.
You know, like,
and it's especially him
that
he's like, you know, the face of the NBA. And everything that guy's done for the NBA with the shoes and the endorsements, like with Gatorade and all that. But I think it's a huge deal. It's really cool to see it again. Like, you know, everyone nowadays, it's kind of like whatever. Again, don't take it for granted. Like, that is history, and it's a big deal that he did it. And not starting to like I'm not trying to start any beef or anything, but like, he did it in a lot more games than him, but he also did it in 1,000 less.
Yeah, it was over 100 more games, but over 1,000 less shots taken,
which is like efficient. Like, you could like just by the shots alone, it's efficient. You know what I'm saying? It's
and I know the all-time numbers don't really mean anything, but when you look at all-time,
quantity over quality with those, but there is quality to it because of the efficiency.
Yeah, and when you look at all-time numbers, like, it's crazy to think, okay, he's played like 100 more games than him. But, like, he has, like, over 2,000 more rebounds and over 2,000 more assists than him all time. Yeah. So, like, look, I'm not trying to start a debate here. Like, that debate.
Yeah, that's not what this is turning into. But it's just to recognize the feat. You know?
No, and I want the debate goes on.
Milestone.
It goes on for forever, and it will go on for forever. And it's like you could find it in any single comment section or, you know, Twitter, mentions or anything like that. You could find it. Like, and it'll go on for forever. But, like, I think a lot of people take what LeBron's doing for granted. And, like, we gotta enjoy, like, every single last moment.
It's history, man.
Because you just look at Dwayne Wade. Everyone's, like, drooling over Dwayne Wade now.
Yep.
2 or 3 years ago, no one cared. No one cared about Dwayne Wade.
Yep.
You know, so it's like you gotta really enjoy it, because when this guy's gone, it's like
gone for good.
It's the end of an era.
Yep.
It's the end of an era.
So that's how we look at it. That's how we've been looking at it for a while.
And all the time, I'll catch myself, you know, trying to work out the debate in my head, like looking at the statistics and stuff. And I'm leaning to one side, you know, I'm leaning to LeBron's side. But, like, dude, what happened to just, like, enjoying, like, people's greatness? You know, like, they're two completely different players. Like, what's wrong with saying they're both great?
Yeah.
You know, like, it's just, you know, I'm feeling peaceful today, you know. Got nice energy coming out. I hope I'm sending positive vibes your way. You know, if you guys want to fight about it, go ahead in the comment section. That's actually great for you know, exposure and stuff. So yeah, let us know.
Congrats to LeBron. It's a big milestone, and I hope he keeps going, and I hope he catches the next guys.
Yeah. This is a nice little. It's like a nice little sticker, like star sticker, on this fucking pile of dog shit of a season the Lakers are having.
Yeah. So speaking of that, the Lakers have officially confirmed, or what's it called? They what is that called when you Like the Bucks, what did they do? It's not committed. It's
clinched.
They clinched. The Lakers clinched non-playoff contentions. So good for them.
Not for sure, but pretty much.
It's almost as sure gets.
Brandon Ingram's out for the remainder of the season. Lonzo looks like he's not returning, and they got
Lonzo's
LeBron
working on 17 more mixtapes
and they got LeBron
child support payments. LeBron is playing 2 minutes a game, ruining his averages.
Yeah.
What's it called? Moritz Wagner is.
Where's Wagner?
I say his first name really fast, so I don't like put an emphasis on any part.
Moritz
Wagner.
Wagner.
Zijamin is playing a shit ton, so you know the season's officially over.
Yeah. What's up, man? I'm Alex.
What's up, man? I'm Alex. Yeah, Daniel LaRusso is rim stuffing himself on putbacks.
People are gonna Google it and be like, "Fucking Karate Kid," and like
he plays on the Lakers. No, but seriously, it's good. I just want to go ahead and bring this out right away though, because this is driving me crazy. There are people that are saying,
no, we're getting fucking hostile now with the whole LeBron shit.
There's people that are saying, listen,
if you guys like the peace and don't want the hostility, you go ahead and pause.
I'm not gonna drop any names, but there's the people that are saying to trade LeBron James. That the Lakers should be in full rebuild mode and trade LeBron James.
Jeff Van Gundy, we can drop names. Jeff Van Gundy, if you want to show up on the podcast and talk about it, your reasoning behind this.
And I think there are other people that believe that that's a good idea because they said no offers should be like, what's it called? Off the table. Like everyone should be up for grabs. And I don't agree necessarily. I think that if they do it, it'll be like, I think one of the first times I've ever seen that happen. But simply put, it's like the way I look at it is like, in my opinion, they have a better chance of getting rid of everyone and taking another superstar to LeBron than getting rid of LeBron and taking, I don't know, getting another couple superstars.
Or creating a superstar out of a young guy. It makes no sense. Listen, you don't trade the best player on your team.
And he is the best player on the team.
Unless they request to be traded.
Or he says, I'm not going to play. Yeah, exactly.
You try to work things out. You build around him before you trade him.
I think the issue there is Luke Walton. And I think he's not the main issue. I'm not going to be a dick there. No. He's not the main issue. He's but I think part of it. He is a big issue. I think a lot of young players' feelings got hurt when they were offered in a trade. And it says it, like, people come out and say, oh, but how would you feel? Like, he tried to trade you. What are you going to do? And it's like, if you want to get mad at someone, you get mad at the front office. You don't get mad. You get mad at the GM. You don't get mad at LeBron James.
No, bro, LeBron James himself was texting
that's not
the Pelicans GM.
No matter how much pull he has, that's not his, what's it called? And I know people want to keep him happy, but he doesn't have the final say. And to prove that to you, he hinted at getting Eric Spoelstra fired when he was here, and Pat Riley told him no, flat out. He does
not get fired, but he wanted Pat Riley to be the head coach.
That sounds bad.
Eric Spoelstra stepped down.
Yeah, I'm not gonna make it sound. Yeah, he wanted Eric Spoelstra to he wanted Pat Riley to just coach him. That's all. He didn't want Eric Spoelstra to get fired. Like, he didn't. It wasn't like any sort of like hostile relationship there. But Pat Riley said no, and that's the truth. Like, he doesn't have the final say. You want to keep him happy, but I think Magic does have a good relationship with LeBron. No. And I think they're gonna work it out.
And okay, he might have had the final say in a place like Cleveland.
Yeah,
because Cleveland's fucking
in shambles.
Cleveland's front office is a dumpster fire. But in LA, you think a guy
the organization is a joke, and they have been players that have come out and said it.
You think a guy like Magic Johnson and like Robert Pelinka, you think they're gonna say, okay, LeBron, yeah, you're right, let's do this. You know, like, no, those guys have an idea for the game. So will they consult him on certain decisions that they make and ask him, what do you think about this, or where do you think we should head from here?
Yeah,
of course, 100%. But he does not have the final say.
So I'm gonna bring it back because I go on these tangents. Basically, I think Luke Walton is an issue. I don't think he's a great coach. I think they could get someone else there that's gonna not mesh better, but just have more. I don't know how to say it. Just like more. What's it called? Like presence, you know, and like just command over the team. But the other thing is, I think the young guys got hurt that they were offered for trades, and to me, it's like, fucking, so what? Like, tough luck, bro.
It's
just
a business.
Keep playing, like, or use it as motivation or something. But I don't know. I'm not saying they were losing on purpose, but you know what I mean. I just think that they got their feelings hurt, which it happens. But
there wasn't like a motivation. There wasn't like an aspiration to achieve more for the team.
Exactly. And look, the way that the Lakers are playing, or the way that the free agency is going, this year is going to be a big year. And I think that the Lakers do feel like, hey, listen, we have a chance. We could keep LeBron, and we could pick up another guy or two that are big time like guys, and we could really help. Me and my brother already said, get rid of the team, keep LeBron, keep JaVale, like kind of like a hybrid type of center. Maybe get DeAndre Jordan, maybe.
Yeah.
If you can't keep JaVale, have them both.
We mean get rid of the team in the sense that trade them for like Anthony Davis, and we possibly, or maybe
trade for Anthony Davis,
or trade for veterans, bro.
And then try to pick up in the offseason, try to pick up Clay,
but like young veterans,
Clay,
like
and the other guys we were thinking about. I mean, Kawhi is also one. Kyrie Irving's another one, and Jimmy Butler's another one.
Kevin Durant.
So we're thinking sign someone. Maybe pick up something like that, sign some younger guys or whatever,
or like just I think what LeBron needs right now, and I'm saying LeBron, what the Lakers need right now, if they want to win right now, the young guys aren't gonna cut it. You need some sort of team with like some sort of experience, and you could get young guys that have experience, like an Anthony Davis or a Kyrie Irving or a Jimmy Butler. Those guys aren't past their prime.
It's way easier said than done, but it has to be a good mix, and I think LeBron is.
You need guys in their prime.
Yeah, no, and I think LeBron is older. Like I'm not gonna say it. He's not gonna wait around to get a bunch of young guys. That's gonna take 2 or 3 years for them to be really good. Like he's older. You need to give him guys that are playing good right now, and they're not still growing. Like they are in their prime. You know, they could give you like championship caliber, like just assets.
Yeah.
And then from there, sprinkle in some younger guys, and also put in some other veterans that can not take a shit when LeBron's not in the game. In other words, that don't need to be directed on every fucking set play or every single thing that they do.
That's why losing Lonzo was a huge hit for them. And I'm not going to say, oh, they're not making the playoffs because of Lonzo Ball. No, there needs to be effort from everyone on the team. But losing Lonzo was huge because LeBron and Rondo, just watch the games. Yeah. They don't play well together on the court. When Rondo was coming off the bench after LeBron would come out and sit down,
yeah,
the bench functioned like amazing. Yeah. Like the offense flowed so smooth. The defense was great. So like,
and we said that when they signed him. We said that when they signed him.
You need guys like that. So like, even keep Rondo. Like it's like
exactly. I don't have a problem. Keep him.
And I don't.
He gives you good minutes.
I don't have a problem with some of the young guys. Like Brandon Ingram he really stepped up the second half of the season.
He was an example.
Kyle Kuzma's been playing great. Lonzo Ball has been doing really well. So
I think it was. Yeah, and it's wrong to just put them all together in that group. But yeah, Brandon Ingram was one of those guys that took that attitude like, oh, you want to trade me? Watch.
Exactly.
And that's the attitude you need.
Kyle Kuzma and Brandon Ingram coming out of that All-Star break are playing phenomenal.
Yeah, and I'm not saying, I don't know if Lonzo had a little bit of attitude. I'm not saying that, but like people like Josh Hart and stuff like that. And I think like even Lance Stevenson started getting a little bitchy about the minute situation, which is like, you did it to yourself, bro. Like, you're playing like a clown. You know what I'm saying? And it's not time for that or whatever. But I think they could, like, personally, if it was up to me, if you want to keep a young guy, I would keep Brandon Ingram out of all of them, or Kuzma. I think Kuzma is a good guy. But those
would be the hardest to keep if you're going to trade for someone like that.
If you're going to trade for a big name. But I think out of everyone, like, the easiest guys, I think keep LeBron, keep JaVale, keep Rondo. Because I think, like, those are just good foundation players. And then I do think they could sign a big name and then just trade for other guys here and there.
If I'm the Lakers, really, I think I can get rid of everyone to pick up Anthony Davis, like a once-in-a-generation type player. And I have enough money to sign one, maybe two guys in this ridiculous free agency pool. So, I don't know where they're going to go after this season. My idea, though, is that they're going to get rid of everyone they're going to put everyone up. They're going to offer everyone for Anthony Davis, just like they did. They're going to try to make that trade go through. Now with the new GM, we'll see what happens because I know the Pelicans fired Del Demps or whatever his name is. So we'll see what happens there. I think, though, LeBron, you need to be, with LeBron James, you need to be in a win-now mentality. And having all those young guys, that's not really win-now. And don't get me wrong, we talked about it. It's a good squad. I didn't look at the Lakers once this year and think, that team can win a championship, though.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. Really quick, I wanted to bring up some random Eastern Conference executive said that D'Angelo Russell deserves a max contract.
Okay.
Like, he's a max contract player. I just wanted to get your take on that because I thought it was kind of funny. Like I know he's like a candidate for most improved and stuff, and then there's a bunch of people saying like, "Oh, Lakers should have never traded him. Like if he would have been LeBron's sidekick in this situation.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what to tell you there. I think he definitely could get a max contract because people like Otto Porter have max contracts and stuff like that. But in general, like, do I think he's a good player? Yes. But that's like saying like a couple of years ago, like Dragic is a max contract player. And I don't want to be a dick. Dragic is part of my family, but no, like, no, you do not deserve a max contract in my eyes because I think max contract is like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, I think who's deserving of a max contract is someone that's like, they have just that it factor, you know, that you can't really, it's not necessarily a certain stat or anything. I don't think D'Angelo Russell is that much of a difference maker. I think you could get rid of him and find someone else that could keep offense flowing well. And he's not like I don't know how to describe it. He's not a PG in my eyes. He's not a Russell, James Harden, a like KD. He's not one of those guys.
People were like, oh, yeah, LeBron can't carry the Lakers to the playoffs, but D'Angelo Russell is carrying the Nets on his back.
Yeah.
And it's like,
you see, like
come on, bro. You're really going to compare the two?
That's the thing there that, like, I don't agree with that. I don't think D'Angelo Russell is the reason why they are successful. I think, does he have a big part in it? Yeah, but he's not the reason. It's the same as, like, Whiteside. Do I think Whiteside this season is a max contract guy? No. Like, do I think the year before we signed him, like, to the max contract, was he that deserving? Yes, because he was unique. He had like a couple triple doubles with blocks. He was a double machine. He was defensive rating was
best
ridiculous
rating in the league,
and it was that. It was like, does he deserve it? Well, by the stats, kind of maybe, but I don't think so.
You know, I don't think he's a max contract player. But the contracts are getting so out of hand.
Yeah.
That I see Brooklyn offering.
Oh, definitely. Brooklyn offered TJ $50 million, and we matched it. So which one's better? You know what I'm saying?
And they offered
lesser of two fucking evils, bro. I swear.
Allen Crabbe like 70 or something crazy.
Yeah, Allen Crabbe wanted a max contract, I think. Or
did he?
Or maybe not
Turner?
max. No, Allen Crabbe, and that's why he left because Portland's like, yeah. There's a door, buddy. Go ahead. And then Brooklyn was like, "Oh yeah, we'll sign him. We'll take him for $100 million." And it's like, we didn't even offer him anything.
120. 120. You're really twisting my arm here.
No, we're not offering him. Oh, fine, 130. Gosh darn it! Like, that's how Brooklyn like signs players. I swear. But yeah. So I don't think so.
And
with all due respect, he's having a great season. But no, thank you.
Last thing I wanted to talk about because this episode's kind of running a little long. Trae Young.
Oh, playing like an animal.
Playing phenomenal. He's averaging like 29 and 9 or 28 and 9 and since the All-Star break.
We talk a lot of shit, but we're completely respectful.
We give credit where credit's due.
This guy's playing like an animal. He's averaging, what'd you say, 28
and 9, I think.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Since All-Star break. He's actually making a case for Rookie of the Year.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to lie.
Single hand, like pushing this second half of the season, it's ridiculous.
So, you know, like, do I still think Luka's going to be a better player? Like, once it's all said and done?
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
But Trae Young is looking like a young Stephen Curry.
Yeah, and I'm happy for him. I mean, it's a big deal. Again, like, I don't know. He's just and he has a lot of things. Like, defensively, he's terrible because of his size and just he's not a good defender. He never was. But he's exciting to watch offensively. Yeah. Like, as much as I don't care for him, like,
ridiculous eyes on
his
the court.
court vision is amazing.
Great, like, playmaker.
And he's really kind of found his touch. So I guess
Trae Young, much respect there.
Yeah. Keep it going.
I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah.
Like this whole MVP race, and then final thing, Warriors play the Nuggets.
We should pick him up, something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Think about it. We could get a guy that's like.
I don't want him.
Think about it though, like he just gets well. We don't really need a playmaker.
We don't need Justice Winslow.
We have a bunch.
Point Justice. # Justice better. The really quick. Gosh, this is running really long. I want to talk about the Warriors asserting their dominance in the Western Conference, fucking making the Denver Nuggets look like shit. That got me so mad. I don't think the Nuggets are ready. People think they're ready to like make some noise this year, dude. I'm calling it right now. I think they're gonna get bounced in the second round.
They might. They don't look so sharp.
But yeah, I just want to talk about that. Good week all around though. Good week for the Heat. Lakers are in shambles, but don't worry, LeBron James will be back next year. Much respect to LeBron James for passing Michael Jordan. Trae Young, keep on pushing. D'Angelo Russell, maybe you're gonna get a max contract. I don't know. That's about us. That's about all from us, though.
Yeah.
If you guys aren't following us on social media, be sure to do so. Instagram, Biscayne Boys Podcast. Twitter, @Biscayne Boys Pod. If you're watching on YouTube, be sure to hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. If you're listening on iTunes or Spotify, go over to YouTube, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Shout us out, really appreciate that. I'm gonna start featuring everyone that shouts us out on the Instagram, like through the story or whatever. It doesn't even need to be like, go check them out. Just be like, oh, listening to Biscayne Boys Podcast, like take a picture in your car of like the little media thing. We appreciate stuff like that. It makes us feel good. So go ahead and do that if you want. That's all from us though, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed. Make sure to tune in next week.
Peace.